Test, test. Testing 1, 2, testing. No. Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Gabriel Knight, the 20th anniversary of Sins of the Father, the first game that was, I think, developed in 1993. It looks like the original creator James Jensen came in and decided to remake the entire game. I played this before, but I figured, hey, why not stream it? Um, Maybe I'll have something to talk about in the next podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to switch over to the game stream, and we're going to get to Schottenjäging, and that'll probably make a little sense as we move on here. I got the chat open. If you guys have questions, more than happy to ask me, I guess. So let's go ahead and get this show started. Just hit new game. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, Gabriel Knight is an adventure game. The lead character is obviously Gabriel Knight. It's one of Sierra's first, I guess you could say, more mature, a game for a more mature audience. It doesn't have sort of the family-friendly, I guess, appearance of King's Quest or Space Quest. There's innuendo in these games. There's curse words. There's murder. There's graphic murder. Even more so than something like Police Quest. It's a pretty enjoyable game. I'd say it's a precursor to a lot of adventure games that have already come out. Like a lot of people have been inspired by Gabriel Knight. I would say something like the the Ben Paranormal Investigator games are very similar to this, and also the Blackwell games have a similar flair as well. They kind of owe themselves to Jane Jensen's original Gabriel Knight. In some ways, this game moves like a novel, so there's a lot of talking in it. I'm probably not going to go through all the the conversations just so I can just get through the game. But here we're starting out. Day 1.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel's allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Bye-bye. Good morning. You look like hell. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Yes, because having nightmares is what I do, apparently. 7th damn night in a row.
I told you, it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw with your karma.
Unfortunately, I don't think my readers would go for a horror novel about fluffy bunny rabbits. So voodoo it is.
You mean your reader? She lives in Wisconsin, doesn't she?
Bite me.
Hey, what goes on in your bed stays in your bed as far as I'm concerned. I have messages for you when you want them.
Okay, so it's just general stuff about how to play the game. So here we are. Here's Gabriel Knight, our blonde protagonist. Grace, I guess you could say her the sidekick. What's a vast improvement in this game than the original game is obviously the graphics. The original Gabriel Knight had, very pixelated graphics, although I do like that kind of stuff. I guess when they wanted to make the newer game, they wanted to make it more modern and up to date. So hence all the 3D graphics. But they went through a lot of trouble in creating this game to look exactly like the old game. So in terms of just updated visuals. So we can go try and do the typewriter.
The typewriter is too heavy to lug around.
Garbage
The
can.
wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory.
We can even turn on the radio.
At Giant Discount Bookstore, we discount every title 50%. When you see our selection and prices, you'll never want to shop with those little guys again. You're listening to KLEB in Nolens, where we play the best music 24 hours a day.
The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched
Take hold of
socks.
your radio and let's do a miracle. But first, I want to talk about doing what's right. Those of you who...
Let's turn that off. Check out
Gabriel,
that
shut that refrigerator, please. Oh, I can smell it from here.
Women.
Yeah, you're telling me, buddy.
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products.
I'll take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up. I might be able to use this black shirt.
Check the counter. See what's in there. So the neat thing that they added in, I'm not sure if they added this in, I'm not sure if this was in the old game, I don't remember it, but you hit the space bar and you can actually reveal anything that you can click on. This one just caught my eye.
Fun times.
Beads, obviously, we're in New Orleans.
Not so lucky for the rabbit, was it?
Is a garter in here?
Someone left those here after Mardi Gras.
Let's take these tweezers.
I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a bit scruffy.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
And there's Grace's resume. Let's take a look at that.
Gracie's resume. She was way overqualified. And also the only person who applied.
Okay. Get some of that caffeine. See how just pick me up.
Good coffee.
Times dated June 18th, 1993. The Aquarius horoscope says, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
So anytime you hear that chime, it basically is telling you that you've revealed something in the game. Like, there's something that will help you push the story forward. Let's talk to Grace.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Okay, so I guess they did do this in the old game. I didn't realize they did, but they highlight the key conversation points to have with this character in yellow. If you click any of the white ones, you probably won't, help advance the story in any way, but it's like sort of neat background information. Like I say, it's just like a novel, so we get into like, who they are, they talk about themselves, and their small talk. Let's go ahead and just get this over with.
Did you find any good voodoo resources for me?
The best in the city are supposedly the Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in the French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. If you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Do you have messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What did he want?
He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey, and that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Let me guess. This has to do with the voodoo murders, right? Some kind of inside police information? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new book?
Maybe. A writer has a certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character's a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks.
There's more messages.
Do you have messages for me?
You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent. Maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany? Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
So it's weird, like, you ask her if you have any messages, but she only gives you one message at a time. Because this is still highlighted in yellow, so ask her again.
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great. We had a nice little chat about you.
Grace?
Don't worry, I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
And she sent over that box on the table for you.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question right here. To me, this quote is iconic to Gabriel Knight.
What do you know about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Except for a second here. He says that quote is just synonymous of the franchise of Gabriel Knight. He just says it all the time. Just, what do you know about voodoo? And it's just like hilarious to see, you know, this character go from, you know, one store to the other, one location to the other, always asking that question, even though if it doesn't apply, it's always there, along with the other questions as well. But like, that's the one that everyone remembers because it's like some blonde guy in a white shirt coming up to you and just asking, what do you know about voodoo? Check the box out. Hello, book. What do you know about voodoo?
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Let's ask Grace some more questions here.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
One great thing about this game is that you can actually do small talk. So let's say chat.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Done anything interesting lately?
By your definition? No. I prefer it that way.
Let's talk about herself.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What do you want to know?
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Just tell me anything at all.
I came to New Orleans because I'd read so much about it. I thought spending a few months here would clear my head.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Let's go through the next real quick. put an exit to the map. What can you tell me about voodoo?
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
So one improvement I think I really like they made in this new version of this Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers is that the locations actually that you can go to won't open up until it's unlocked in some sort of conversation. In the older game, all these locations would pop up and like you couldn't go to them or do anything, and there was really no point in like having them there on the map if you can't go to them or do anything. So I think that's really cool because it gives a little bit more direction to the game and less really tedious to play. So Grace said that our friend Mosley, who works at the police station, wanted to give us some photos. We can just head over there.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
Well, let's ask this.
What do you know about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
What can you tell me about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
Alright, let's get to the photographs.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you, all right. Soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
It's just like a weird way of saying that. As soon as we're done talking, I'll give it to you. Alright, let's maybe ask him about himself.
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the desk sergeant, Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all. What can you tell me about Nolans?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in Nolans would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
Best food in the world. You can get it right here in Nolans. Muffaletta sandwiches. Beignets, good Cajun coffee. Yep, a man can die happy in this city.
It's practically guaranteed. I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
Where's the crime scene? Is it related to the voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there. Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thanks.
Take a look at this envelope.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then. One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene shot, a graphic close-up of a victim.
Okay, so the reason why some of these locations are opened up here, I think these 2 are just always open, or I'm sorry, 3. Oh, I believe Grace actually mentioned these two.
The Dixieland drugstore is closed until tomorrow morning.
But I don't believe we
Posted
could
on the
go to it
door
yet.
of the museum is a sign saying closed. Their hours list that they will open again tomorrow.
So, um, the Saints go over there. Maybe those Simpsons fans out there.
People seem to be enjoying the park, despite the lack of sunshine.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
A police officer is either off duty or patrolling the park, or both.
So, I need to get to his bike.
Coroner requests assistance to...
I need to. Oh, come on. Nope.
A Cajun band.
Well, I never.
Inventive as
Leave me
always
alone,
with their
you
instruments.
man.
Is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping can be.
Nope.
He's not my type.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
I would if I had enough time to do it properly.
Okay, so trick is I have to get this mime to bug the police officer, but if I cross paths with any of the two pedestrians, then he starts imitating them. There we go. No! I just screwed up. Alright, you white-faced geek. Follow me. Hurry up, hurry up. Stop, 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 stop. No, no. Okay. Problem is he just doesn't like to pay attention that much.
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you man.
Dun, 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 dun. The Saints go marching in. Hurry up, hurry up. Ah.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
It's always strange that they put these weird like arcade moments in adventure games, but I guess, you know, it's like a different type of puzzle solving. Oh, go this way, this way, this way. Follow me, follow me. No!
Handsome, isn't he?
Well, I never.
A
Leave me
bronze
alone,
statue of Andrew
you
Jackson
man.
marks the center of Jackson Square.
There we go.
Can the homicide team please attending?
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister, you want some of this? Why, you little...
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 91, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times. Damn. Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club? South. Lakeside Drive. North of the
Well,
Piedmont
I
Pier,
never.
south of the
Leave me
Country
alone,
Club.
you
I
man.
don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead. Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning. It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. I got it, Molly. Thank God. Have a good one, 91.
Interesting.
Hey, you, get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Hey, what's up, Vic? He's asking, is this the Sims graphic engine? I don't know what it is. It looks like this old program called Poser. This is a Gabriel Knight, the remake, which is not too bad. Does look very sim-like.
Hey, Mostly.
Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I can let you see it. For the book. But don't tell anyone, huh? Definitely another voodoo murder. Same MO and no freaking clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
Oh, that's disgusting. Isn't this a rather public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're freaking ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports of nothing. Now, who the hell is that? Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about.
I see. Thank you, Detective. And good day, gentlemen.
I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Molly at Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Nah, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
We've about wrapped it up, sir.
Well, let's get the meat wagon moving then. Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck and the water moccasins, though. If you want to talk, I'll be at the station tomorrow.
Thanks.
Alright, oh, Vic says, looks good. You know, I in general like the look of this game. I mean, I'm a big fan of the original pixelated version that Sierra did so long ago, but this one isn't that bad.
That's a lot of blood.
One of the things is I didn't mention in the beginning of the stream is this had an all-star cast that did the voiceover. Unfortunately, the remake does not, because, you know, they couldn't get those same stars. Tim Curry was the voice of Gabriel Knight, if you, you know, want to believe that, and Englishman was doing, the sort of, like, you know, New Orleans, you know, sounding, protagonist. He didn't do a bad job, and I didn't know that was him. Grace was actually voiced by, Leanne Remy, the woman from King and Queens, and right now she has like some ongoing war with the Church of Scientology. Actually created I think a Bravo series about that subject. And Mostly, who just left here, was actually voiced by Mark Hamill. Obviously, yeah, they're all different in this remake because they couldn't get those same stars. Michael Dorn actually props up, at least the character that Michael Dorn played in the original. He was in the original, one of the original voices as well, but not in this one, unfortunately.
There's a pattern to the lines in the sand, but only one small area is clearly defined.
Alright, so we needed to take note of those patterns.
Let me try to copy this down. Looks like there was something here. I should take a closer look.
Alright, so I'm just... Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. There it is.
It looks like a scale of some sort.
I find the narration, like, hilarious. Actually, it's done well in this game. I think that was the one voiceover work that didn't work in the first game. It sounds ridiculous in the first game because she sounds like that psychic Cleo from a long time ago. Just way over
Gabriel
the top.
carefully uses the tweezers to take the small, iridescent scale.
I think it's a snake scale, but it beats the hell out of me what kind.
Okay, I think that's all you have to do here.
Lakeshore Drive runs around the entire lake. This is a particularly lonely stretch, but it's still a public road.
Alright.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the papers, same as you.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Doing a family tree, Gabriel?
Very funny. I mean real snakes, you know, scaly, cold-blooded. I would have thought you'd find them empathetic.
Mm-hmm. I know very little about reptiles of any kind, and prefer to keep it that way. I think there's a book on snakes around here somewhere, though.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that's right. Let's go ahead and look at those.
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Just trying to refresh my memory.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.
Conversations kind of like between these two remind me of the sexual harassment training videos that like most companies in California, you're required to take them to make sure that you know what good conduct is. and like they're just hilarious setups. Okay, there we go. World of Snakes.
It's a book about the world of snakes.
Yeah, I can see that. I meant to click
Hey,
this.
that's interesting. Snakes can sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters. They've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
Let's read this poetry.
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf, die Seele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling this guy was one sick puppy.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Himmel means heaven. Huh.
What I always like to do is just flip through a German dictionary and find random translations. And then I like to harass my coworkers.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you can get an address.
The murders, right. I'll see what I can find out. Well, it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Just stare at her as he leaves.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen. So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hanged guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is?
Hey, far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District. Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I have ever seen. Ouch.
Ugh, men.
So let's read our horoscope first.
Times dated June 19th, 1993. A front-page article describes the most recent of the voodoo murders. Gabriel scans it but learns nothing new. The article reiterates that the voodoo aspect of the crime is faked. Gabriel shivers. It looked real enough to him. Elsewhere, there's an article about the history of Jackson Square. Called the Plaza d'Armes under French rule, it was used for executions, firing squads, hangings, even impalement and breaking on the wheel. Yikes! Of course, these days, it's mostly a hangout for tourists, street musicians, and local artists. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Chances of a dark star rising on this day. Do not trust your instincts.
I feel a dark star rising, all right. Rawr.
Ah, Gabriel.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Nothing.
See you later.
See ya.
Alright, I think... mostly mentioned to stop by the police station. Talk to good old Frick. He's gonna be irritated
Got a
with me.
second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so, huh? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know.
Such a creepy dude.
She's not bad. Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
You know, that uniform looks great on you.
Uh-huh. Is that a compliment, or are you asking to borrow my dress?
It's a compliment.
Well, you just never know around here. Thanks, but I'm married.
Not gonna stop me.
So, what's it like being a policewoman?
The glamour never ceases.
Oh, never mind.
Fine. I'll get back to work.
Everyone's so testy and high-strung in this police precinct.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's... Oh, never mind. I already know.
The mirror reflects. That's all it does.
Night. Come on in. Dang air conditioning must be on the blink.
Moses caught. His badge is in the front coat pocket.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
I'm gonna ask this first because I want to ask everyone this.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all fake. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
Do you know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those marks around them. We've got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
What do they mean?
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
Okay.
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks, you know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression.
It's insulting.
Trying for a real estate job with that coat?
No? Are you trying out for a janitorial job with that hair?
Okay, so let's go check those photos out.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
Excuse me, officer?
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file. Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if you said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely.
Gabriel opens and reads the police file.
Okay, let's put that back for the time being.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Everyone's rude in this precinct.
Hey, mostly.
Knight, I had a feeling you'd show up. Whew, it's hot in here.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now. Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
Yeah, nothing like stealing your friend's police
I think
badge.
I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Just drink this.
Thanks, tons. I mean it.
Okay, anything else?
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop-author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer. Franks, come in here a minute, would you? And bring your camera. I hate to put my coat on. It's so damn hot in here. But a picture's a picture.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, eh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say, chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight. Make it fast.
And that's how we get our copies.
Just wanna check this machine here.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would you?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you get them developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
Great. Thanks, Franks. Hey, I made a rhyme.
You're astonishing, mostly.
Don't call me that in front of the lady, wise guy. Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot. Okay, anything else?
I picked up this scale at Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah? What makes you think it's related to the murders?
Well, it was at the crime scene.
Sure. Must be the only snake in Louisiana, all right. That voodoo snake. Christ.
I copied those marks from the lake.
Really? Good for you.
Do you want to see my sketch?
No, we have our own copy, Knight.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
Welcome, my friend. Hello. I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that. What does this do?
Turn that thing off.
Oh, sorry.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see. Could I ask you a few questions?
That is why I am here.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion, formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, with the French and Spanish-ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importings of slaves from that region.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in the religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I personally am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo, but it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
So how did voodoo come to New Orleans?
After the Louisiana Purchase, American legislators relaxed regulations. Slaves were permitted to gather. The Americans also removed the ban on West Indies slaves. Around the same time, a slave revolt occurred in Santo Domingo, what is now Haiti. Between the lifting of the ban and the Haitian revolt, West Indies slaves began pouring into New Orleans. Some of them were free people of color, freed or escaped slaves. Some came with their white owners who were fleeing from the revolt.
What happened when the West Indies slaves got here?
They brought voodoo with them. The native slaves were more than enthusiastic about embracing it. It gave them power, Mr. Knight, if only in the form of a communal bond. Among the first meeting places were the Bayou St. John and the shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The early voodoos were heavy snake worshippers, worshipping the one they called the Great Zombie.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
By 1817, the voodoo activities were beginning to cause fear among the white slave owners. An ordinance was passed to forbid slave gatherings except in designated public areas at designated times. The time was Sunday afternoons, and the place, Congo Square. The slaves and free people of color gathered to dance simulations of their voodoo dances, right in sight of Creole society. Of course, they also continued to meet in private for the real thing.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
There were a variety of kings and queens at first, voodoo priests and priestesses. But from about 1830, a single power emerged. This was a voodoo queen named Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau ruled voodoo in New Orleans for many years.
Tell me about Marie Laveau.
There were actually two Marie Laveaux, mother and daughter. Most people thought they were the same woman. Her continued youth added to the mystique. The original, the mother, was also known as Widow Paris. It was she that began the empire.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
The Laveau tomb, where one or both of the Maries are believed to be buried, is in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. It is a popular shrine for practitioners and tourists alike. I myself take tours through the cemetery on a regular basis.
Really? Do you have any running this week?
No, but the cemetery is open to the general public as well.
The voodoo shrine is filled with items that both fascinate Gabriel and also make his skin crawl.
Magenta Moonbeam. Voodoo Inn.
A flyer advertising Magenta Moonbeam, a local voodoo inn. Her parlor is on the corner of Orleans and Dauphine. A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Hello.
Huh?
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Bienvenue, Madame Casano. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker. I'm certain someone's buried a sleep knot bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink, not in weeks.
Now, don't that beat all? I'll need some easy night candles then, huh?
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosary good, sure enough, but you buying them candles too, boy, you gonna whip any no-sleep gree-gree, I tell you for sure.
Very well, Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them around to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know. Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dame. I've been in misery.
Now, you put 9 pinheads up in the little box, add a pinch of graveyard dust, put it up under her front post step. That'll turn the trick back on Miss Lefebvre, and she be the one with the bellyache. I got the pins of dust right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though, don't hurt to be proactive neither now, does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Mais non, madame. It's nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, Monsieur Walker.
The sign says, Special St. John's Eve Lagnia. Free bottle of lover come back to me oil.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Damask appears to be made from a real crocodile head.
Hi there. Is this your store?
This the Dixieland drugstore. And I own it. Me. Name's Walker. Willie Walker.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Caprice encore.
What did you say?
Nothing. Them killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These is novelties, curiosities. If people want to think they magic, it's not my concern, you know?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
The only one left is Willie Jr. over there, the old crocodile. He's sort of a mascot now, him.
That customer of yours, the little old lady.
Customer?
The woman I saw in here, Madame Casino, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street.
What did you mean when you said Caprice Sanko?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
About Willie Jr., would you be willing to let him go?
Maybe. For $100.
100? You gotta be kidding.
Me and Willie Jr. are very close now. I couldn't part with him for less.
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, "Attuning with the Spirit Realm, back on June 22nd.
May I help you?
I'd like to see Malia Getty, please.
I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
I do have official business.
Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business.
Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Getty. Miss Getty will see you. Right this way. Miss Getty will be down shortly.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Detective?
Undoubtedly proof that there is a God. Does this badge mean anything to you?
It got you in to see me, Detective, so it obviously means something to me.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Getty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced.
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh? Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could. But I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake. And I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job.
I can't help noticing that you're in incredible shape, Miss Getty. Your legs are so strong. Do you work out at one of the clubs by the lake?
Well, Detective, I do enjoy physical activity.
Oh, me too.
Actually, I was referring to swimming and modern dance. I can't say that I do much exercising at the lake, though.
Ah, well, it was worth asking.
I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out. Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit. Hey, Grace, here I am.
Whew, boy, party time.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I need you to look up a Madame Casino.
Madame Casino? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Malia Getty was?
Grace, Casino's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I'll probably be back tomorrow maybe to play the rest of day 2. I was only gonna play day 1, but kinda got caught up into it again. But we'll continue later some other time. Let's save this. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Vic, it's always a pleasure when you come by. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Or maybe the next day, who knows. But thanks for joining.